It comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college, I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. They run again on first down. Cook. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. That's caught inside the 20. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. 48 yards.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a first and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. from midfield. Here's Wentz. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 27 yards there, a first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you guys going to come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Ball's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A first down throw for Cousins. He'll buy some time right, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
A 6-yard pickup.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Mike. Watch the run.
On 1st and 10, Cousins trying to lay one up deep. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
It's 3rd and 10.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
All day, dog.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 23-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Watch the curve.
Running with Howard. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Mark 54. Hey, Ford, Tokyo.
On first down, Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Here we go. 180. Check. Walk 54. All day, every day, any day.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Working from the gun, Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Eagles.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Wentz to throw again. And he will find his man on the outside. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Elliott puts this one through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Yellow. Two.
Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Even. 4 down. Even.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Go. 180. 54. Hey, watch the slant.
On first, they go right back to Howard. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
You.
Now Howard. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
Sunday. 36. Line 36. Hey, empty.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
120.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Shoot! Watch the shoot! Here. Mike 50. Black, come on. Here we go. Slam. Kill. Keystone, travel. Here we go.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Check the backer. Hey, there you go, 48. General West.
Here's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Cook running right. The 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there out of Cook. 43 yards on the ground. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Herb Smith Jr., his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The tackle that time by William Hayes.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
24-yard gain on the play.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
First down.
36. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Go.
Throwing on first is Wentz.
Watch the screen.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And an Eagles first down.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always...
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final? Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Anthony Barr able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. A final shot before half for Wentz. Forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
They're running it.
Trying the right side with Howard. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
82-40.
To throw, it's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Throwing now is Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
Wentz now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Mike Hughes came crashing in that time, got the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go. Outside, solid. Hatchet. Big air. Center. Check 13. He's coming. We got double up. Kill. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. No chance. Hey, Team 6. This is us.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will tie things at 20 all. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Cousins picked by his ex-teammate Andrew Sendejo. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Go. Waiting. 36. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
On first down, they run with Howard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, it's Howard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
And an Eagles first down.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. They run with Howard, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz, and he whips that one incomplete there. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
And 7 yards to go.
Here we go. 180. 36. Come on, the ball.
Now Wentz. That's caught left side, Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will break our tie and give him a 3-point lead. It's his 3rd field goal now with the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
53 is the hey, orbit.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Good route here. Max 42.
Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again. The sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. Sproles, the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
First down, Eagles.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They go with Howard again. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing his Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Hey, high 7. 53 is the Mike. 53, check 53.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
X3, 218, chop.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Wentz to throw. Caught right side, it's Jeffrey. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Wentz, he's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is taken in at the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. That's Aguilar with it on the jet sweep. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Tight off. Check 4.
The give to Howard running left. And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time. Wide. Get off the field.
Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Come to my world. Smooth. 53.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And they got the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Here we go, here we go. Ready? 36. It's a party now. It's a party. 57.
Looking to throw on second down. Wentz. This one complete to Sproles. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Go. 280. 2-jack. Watch the Bravo. Hang in there.
Working from the gun. Wentz. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, and their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Mike, 53, Mike. Hey, come on, now. 53's the Mike.
Cousins the thrower. The left side caught by Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards, a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
42's Mike. Check, 42's the Mike. Check, 42's the Mike. I got it. Man, we're good.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Over the middle to Smith. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his third touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Wentz. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken the knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw is Wentz. It's complete. It's Sproles. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Now Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Wentz. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
Wentz to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Next to score, Vikings 40.
So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Check, 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 check. Lucky distance.
Again, it's Cook. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Cook able to escape. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the loss here will move them back to 500.